What's up everybody, and welcome to the channel. Today we're taking a look at the 2025 Honda Accord. This one is an EXL hybrid finished in platinum white with an MSRP at $36,400. Comment below, would you rather have the new Honda Accord or would you go Toyota Camry? What do you think is the better mid-size sedan at this price range? And of course, both offering hybrids with like 600 miles on the range, so that is pretty impressive. But let's go ahead and get right into the newest Honda Accord. Popping the hood, you're going to find a naturally aspirated 2-liter inline 4-cylinder. This is also, of course, a hybrid system. This pumps out net horsepower of 204 with net torque at 247. It has a CVT transmission. It is front-wheel drive, and then running on a 12.8 gallon fuel tank. You're looking at 51 miles per gallon in the city with 44 on the highway with curb weight around 3,500 pounds. So clearly a very economical car. As you can tell, we have a nice set of headlights. You can see the daytime running light in them, dark housing, and then this black trim fading into the gloss black grille. You do have some functional active grille shutters back there, forward safety sensor in the Honda badge, parking sensors all throughout it as well. Nice little cutout, and I like the gloss black for this front splitter. More mesh down below. It's definitely a simple looking car. I wouldn't say it's anything extravagant or sporty or anything. It's really just maybe modern, minimalistic could be the way you could characterize how this looks. So really simple. Comment below, what do you guys think of the styling? You do have a sharp body line on the hood and just a really clean, simple design overall. You do have a set of 17-inch wheels with a split spoke design, a little bit of a body line around the fender, and I do like the gloss black trim for the lower area. You don't have any of the cheap plastic, which is a nice touch. One sharp body line through the side, body colored on the mirror caps, turn signal, as well as your door handle. And then there's a little bit of silver trim throughout the upper portion of all the windows. We have our sunroof up on top. And then for the side profile, about what you would expect for a mid-size sedan. It's got some length to it, definitely is much longer looking than the Honda Civic. And then the rear end really slopes backwards, almost like a Audi Sportback, quite honestly. So a very sloping rear end for a sedan that at this angle, if you kind of blur your eyes, you see Audi RS7 in here, which is kind of neat to see. You have a nice set of LED taillights with a cool red and black housing. I like how the red connects with this gloss black bar. Small Honda badge, Accord logo, and hybrid logo. And then all of your parking sensors, more of that gloss black trim. Cleans up in the back with a pretty sporty design with those taillights. And then as we take a look at the cargo area, popping that open, you got about 17 cubic feet of cargo space. This is a huge trunk, as you can tell, very deep floor. And then underneath it, we have hidden storage and a tire inflator kit. There is no spare tire, so you just have that. But nonetheless, this is really roomy and practical. Popping these, we can manually open up the rear seats, and then going in from this side, just pulling the headrests, which are fixed. You can get these down, and you have a ton of space. There's a huge opening into the trunk. I mean, I could literally crawl through this. This is huge. You're gonna have these hooks that are always gonna be there, but nonetheless, this is a really practical car. Definitely got a lot of space in it. And then all manual controls, we can easily close the trunk. So this has a black leather interior. Door panel in the rear is mainly just molded plastic. However, we do have this soft touch material on the armrest, which feels really nice. Grab handle and storage, and then the smooth leather and perforated leather all throughout it. So in the center seat, we can pop this down. We have an armrest as well as cup holders. There's gonna be climate vents, 2 USB ports, and then a little bit of storage on the one side. Now as I hop inside at 5'11", with the driver's seat at my height, I have a lot of legroom in here. The seat bases are really comfortable and long, so they actually support my legs very nicely. Have plenty of headroom in here as well. I also like the extra windows back here, giving me a lot of visibility. And while you can't adjust the recline, these are reclined a lot. So this really is a comfortable back seat, can't complain at all. Definitely a lot of room for a midsize. As we make our way to the front seats, we have the smart key where you can lock and unlock it from the door handle. And then similar looking door panel, however, you have all this nice soft touch material throughout the center with this black stripe, and this is all soft touch as well. You're gonna get memory seating, window controls, storage, power front seats, and then the nice leather on the seats with smooth and perforated. Pretty large bolsters too. It's actually a really nice looking seat, looks pretty luxurious. Black leather steering wheel with your Honda badge as well. And then hopping inside, foot on the brake, fire it up. We have comfort access too. So the seat was actually a little bit farther back, and yet I was nice and comfortable back there. So this looks a lot like the Honda Civic, however, more upscale, which makes a lot of sense. I especially love the mesh material throughout all the air vents. That looks great. And then on the steering wheel, we have some Bluetooth and audio controls. There's also cruise control on the right. And then you can scroll through the center screen, see a few things that are gonna pop up, which is a nice touch. Now, also, you have our drive modes over here. You can configure all of them. So really nice what you're able to adjust in the car. We have an EV system, so you can drive this in EV mode as well. It'll go between auto and EV. And then you have steering wheel mounted paddle shifters, which are gonna be for the regenerative braking. We have the stock on the right for windshield wipers, left stock is for headlights and turn signal. Got an air vent over here, some of this smooth material, and then just some black across the dashboard. So this is a little bit more fancy than the typical Hondas, a full larger screen, and I do like how you can swipe them over and mix and match what you see on the left and the right screen. So pretty nice large screen. You can see our home icon and then all the toggles that you're kind of used to seeing across Hondas. So simple, nice screen, can't argue with that at all. Some shortcuts on the side with Apple CarPlay, and then you can see backup camera with all of that. You have a few different screens, parking sensors, and volume is right up here. So we have physical climate controls, real easy to toggle everything, dual zone temperature as well, you can sync it, heated side mirrors, all your defrost settings, heated seats, storage down below with wireless charging and plugs, nice cup holders, all of this in the center, and then good padding on the center here. Lots of storage down below, and you have a pretty large glove box with some nice smooth soft touch material and extra stitching. So can't complain, nice interior overall, it's really comfortable, pretty roomy. Up above you just have a light colored headliner. We also have a manual sunshade, and then there's going to be sunglass holder up here as well. And then we have our glass control and then a nice auto dimming mirror. So setting off now, I'm going to tap the E button over here, put us into EV mode. This will basically let you drive in electric as long as you're not flooring it and going slow. So great for parking lot, neighborhood, stuff like that. So right now we're in pure electric mode. As I get a little bit of speed going, 30 miles an hour, the engine does kick in. So basically this hybrid, it's not a plug-in hybrid, so this isn't supposed to be, you know, an electric vehicle at all. This is just a normal conventional hybrid to where it's going to charge up as you drive. These paddle shifters will adjust your regen. You might be able to see the small icon over on this left side, a little arrow as you tap it, and it lets you have more or less regen. So with it all the way in the right position, if I take my foot off the throttle, it coasts like normal. However, as I tap it, you can see our speed slowly going down, and that'll of course charge the car. So driving now in just a normal drive mode, this is a pretty comfortable car. I wasn't expecting. You are hearing some road noise right now just because this isn't the best road. Well, there's no wind noise or anything like that. This is really smooth. The suspension is absorbing bumps really well. I'm pretty impressed with that. The steering feels nice as well. It has a good weight to it. It doesn't really feel front wheel drive, honestly. It just has a good linear weight as you make the steering wheel turn. Really tight turning circle as well. And what is cool with the drive modes, if you go into individual, you can customize quite a lot for your powertrain. You have eco, normal, and sport. Steering feel, you can even have normal and sport. And then a few more for the hybrid system, as well as the gauge cluster. So pretty neat to see that. We'll just stick it in sport right now and get up to some speed. Has a cool sound to it. I'm assuming that is through the speakers, but it kind of sounds like a little Type R or something, I guess. So neat to have a fun sound to it when you're in the sport mode. And it's peppy. I mean, I'm only giving it half throttle, and yet, you know, we're getting up to 75% power. So it's got a lot of power on demand, and with the EV system down low, you give it some gas, and that battery is going to give you some power to those motors and really help out. So driving, it's pretty impressive. I'm enjoying just how comfortable it is, especially knowing I can go like 600 miles on a tank. We're gonna go into eco mode now. So this will really do a good job using the battery as well as the engine. This is just smooth. One thing I kind of like too, the auto cancel on the turn signal. I feel like it works much quicker. Some cars you really have to get straight for it to unclick. This, you're already like here and it does it. So that's one thing I notice. I always manually do that, but that's a cool touch to see. Visibility is really good, as you'd expect from any sedan. You can easily see all around. Those headrests really aren't too much in the way. I don't actually have an issue with that. Nice little sunroof, wouldn't mind a pano roof, but nonetheless, it's kind of giving you everything you want at a super affordable price. So in eco mode, we'll get up and move. I can feel the EV and the engine. Definitely don't hear the same engine tone, so that's kind of piped in through the speakers, but you can still hear the physical engine just a little bit. but it's peppy and we're just giving it quarter throttle, just getting up to speed, being a brand new car. But honestly, I don't think you're gonna have any issues merging on to traffic, dealing with, you know, quick maneuver that you're gonna have to do in the Accord. I feel like it's actually really well powered, and from a naturally aspirated larger 4-cylinder, I feel like this is gonna be pretty robust. Seems like just a really good place to be. The climate controls, I love having physical buttons, super easy. This screen, a little bit of an upgrade from my Civic Type R, so I like the aspects of this. One maybe small drawback, the volume icon right here, I feel like you would probably hit it or roll it or something with your finger since it's kind of in the way. So that is an odd spot for it. Don't know why they put it right there to where your hand is probably gonna hit it a couple times. But nonetheless, this is a easy car to operate. Honda definitely makes a simple car and just really nice and easy to get up to speed.